Hello, hello. I think we're live. Looking good. I'm going to give it a few minutes. This is not our regular scheduled yoga time. Honestly, life is unpredictable when you have a toddler and you're pregnant and your husband wakes up for work at 4:45 in the morning. Sometimes sleep gets interrupted and I just can't do the early class sometimes. Mama needs her sleep, that's for sure. I'm gonna give it a few minutes, so let me know when you hop on and we'll get going. Oh, Mom, you're here. Nice. I didn't know you were going to be coming. So today, I usually focus on lower body. It's just what I like to do because I like stretching my legs. I like working my legs. It's just easier for me. Today, we're going to do a little bit of a mix. Working the upper body a little bit, opening up the chest, opening up your shoulders. In doing so, it really opens up your heart, and I just love the feeling of that as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you're watching this live, go ahead and say hi. If you're watching replay, say hello as well. Let me know that you're watching it replay. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Meet me on your mat in child's pose. Again, separating your knees as wide as the mat. If you are feeling tight in your hips today. If you're not, if you're looking for more of a quad stretch, go ahead and keep your knees together. And then lower your body down, reaching your arms out in front of you as far as they go. And then gently rest your elbows and your wrists and your forearms on the mat. I like to take this time in child's pose to really do what feels good. So check in with your body here, and it might feel good for you today to rock back and forth. Maybe you massage your forehead by bringing your head back and forth on the mat. Check in with yourself. This is the best thing about doing yoga at home by yourself, because you can really just check in and see what feels good, what doesn't, what's working for you, and what's not. So before we start class, just check in with yourself. Notice if you're holding any tension in any area specifically. Like today, I'm holding a lot of tension in my hips. Being pregnant and sleeping is not very fun on the hips, so I like to stretch out my hips. Feels good. Couple more breaths here. Very good. On your next inhale, we're going to rise up, keeping your legs where they are, whether they're wide, whether you took a wide child's pose, or they're together, you took a closed child's pose. What we're going to do, we did it last class. If you didn't take it, this is what we're going to do. So rising up and then kind of still tilting your pelvis forward. So you're in this like modified plank with your knees on the ground. Hug your arms into the body like chaturanga arms. Only come down to a 90-degree bend. Push back up. And then exhale, push back, child's pose. So we're going to flow through that. So inhale, come up to a modified plank. Chaturanga arms, push up, little tricep push up, push back to child's pose. Good. Your inhales bring you forward. Push up And then your exhales bring you back. Flowing through this on your own breath, not trying to rush you in any way. Again, the spine is not warmed up yet. That's okay. We are warming up the upper body. Just a couple more here. I think this feels great. It's a great little arm exercise. Working the triceps. Triceps are kind of hard to work these days unless you're actually lifting weights. Go ahead and push back to a child's pose. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. So good. Come back up to a tabletop position. This time, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We're just going to take a couple rounds of cat-cow. On your next inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up towards the ceiling. If you're doing this and you're pregnant like me, try to only move the upper spine so your bra strap up. We're really not dumping into our stomach. So, and then exhale, arch the back. Stomach in, again, if you're pregnant. Just focusing on the upper back. Inhale brings you to cow. Exhale, cat. Doing a couple rounds on your own breath here. Slowly and gently warming up the spine. Good, meeting me back in neutral spine. We're going to walk our hands forward just a few inches and then step your feet back, flip your back toes, meet me in a high plank. I'm going to take out the high plank and just do a modified plank here with my knees down. Still working the abs, still working the arms. So if you'd like to take a modified plank with me, you can drop to your knees as well. Still hugging the belly in, really feeling your abs start to fire. And then exhale, push back to a downward facing dog. This might be your first down dog of the day, so go ahead and pedal out your feet, straightening one leg, bending the other. Making sure you're not holding any tension in your neck. Go ahead and do a couple yes shakes, a couple no shakes. Very good. On your next inhale, rise up on your toes as high as you can. And then exhale, sink your heels back down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down. So good. Inhale, look forward. We're going to step our feet forward. So we're just tiptoeing our feet, taking about 10 steps as long as you make your way to the top of the mat. Go ahead and separate your feet, hips distance apart. Grab opposite elbows and just hang heavy in ragdoll position, top of the mat. Making sure your breathing is normal. Inhale. Exhale. So good. Drop your hands to the mat. Heel toe your feet back to touch. Keeping your left hand where it is, inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling, allowing your left knee to bend. So good. Getting into the IT band, you should feel that along the back side of your right leg. Good. Exhale, plant your right hand down. Inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling, allowing your right knee to bend. Good. Exhale, drop your left hand down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. You can bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Good. Grounding down through your feet. Inhale, rise up. Coming up slowly. Exhale, hands to heart center. So good. Really grounding down when we're in our mountain pose. It's called mountain for a reason. It's strong. You're here. You're grounding down through your feet. So think about plugging all four corners of your feet down into the mat. And then from your feet to your ankles, to your legs, so strong, to your hips, to your abs, rolling your shoulders down and back, feeling so strong in your mountain pose. So good. We're going to do a couple of rounds of Sun Salutation A. I just want you to feel this powerful mountain every time we come back to the top of our mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, step back to a high plank. Slowly lower down, chaturanga, hugging the arms into the body like earlier what we did. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Allowing your hamstrings to soften with every exhale. Good. Inhale, look forward. Hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, rise up, grounding through your feet. Remember that feeling of mountain pose. And then exhale, hands to heart center. So good. Taking one full deep inhale. And one full exhale. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, step back to a high plank. Again, hugging the arms into the body, slowly lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So good. Really thinking about spinning your armpits out, so we're externally rotating our shoulders here. That is the best way I can describe it, is pulling your armpits out. So good. Pushing the ground away from you. Stomach is in. Inhale, look forward. Hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ground down through your feet. Rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very good. We're going to get into the flow of it, really stretch it out. I like to work and stretch my lower body, but we're also going to get into upper body a little bit as well. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands on the mat and step your right foot back. Go ahead and lower your back knee down. Coming into this low lunge. Since I do have a big belly in front of me, I like to use blocks to help. So here we're tucking our pelvis underneath us, getting into this stretch, really feeling it in your right hip flexor. Your chest is lifted. You're pulling your heart through your upper body. That should feel so good. And then straighten your left leg, coming into half split. Stacking your right hip over your right knee. Left leg should be straight. It's okay if you have a bend in your left leg. Toes are flexed back towards your face. If your left leg is straight, think about lifting your kneecap up. That engages your quadricep, allowing your hamstring to release, and you actually can get deeper into this hamstring stretch. Good. Bending back into that front knee. If you had blocks like me, you can move them off to the side. Coming into this low lunge with arms overhead. Some people call it a low crescent lunge. And then exhale, we're going to open up towards the left. So you bring your left hand behind you. So you're looking over your left, the front bended knee. If you feel this in your upper body, your shoulders might feel tight, and that's okay. We're just warming them up here. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, we're going to bring our left arm underneath our right arm, coming into eagle arms. So you're really twisting your arms up here. Inhale, bring your arms away from your chest. You should start to feel this in the back, your upper back. Again, working the upper body a little bit here. And then release, drop your hands to the mat. Flip your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, arms overhead for a crescent lunge. Breathing here. Bringing a micro bend in that back knee. I don't want you to lock out your back knee. 2 hips are in one line. Stomach is in, chest is lifted. You're energetically squeezing your inner thighs together. Once you do that, you'll start to feel a difference. You'll start to feel your legs are just activated throughout, which really turns on your legs in this pose. Inhale, open up, warrior 2. Hips are now parallel with the long side of your mat. Heel to arch alignment. Stomach is in, chest is lifted. And it wouldn't be a yoga class that I teach without working our legs a little bit. So inhale, straighten your front leg, arms overhead. Exhale, sink down into warrior 2. Inhale, up. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, up. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, rise up. Staying here with your front leg straight, we're going to reverse triangle. So it's like reversing our warrior, but your front leg is straight. You can bring your right hand down on your right leg, or you can bind it behind your back. So good. And then exhale, we're coming into triangle. So come forward, bringing your left hand on your left ankle, your left shin, wherever you can reach. If you have a block and you'd like to use it, put the block behind your leg. Really helps to open up through the chest when your block is behind your leg. Opening up through your chest. Making sure breathing is normal. Good. Bending back into that front knee. Come back to warrior 2. And then 5 pointed star. So turn both toes to the long side of your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your body. Open up the chest. Open up the shoulders. So good. And then exhale, fold forward. Keeping your grip where it is. Allow your hands to fall away from the body. Go ahead and release the grip if you'd like, bringing your hands to the mat. We'll be here for a couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Using your exhales to really soften the hamstrings. And again, instead of locking out your knees, think about lifting your kneecaps and engaging your quadricep. Good. Walking your hands forward to the front of the mat, coming into this high lunge here. If you have blocks, you can grab them. We're coming into pyramid pose. If you don't have blocks, that is okay too. You're going to step your back foot in just a few inches, and we're working towards getting 2 hips in one line and straightening that front leg. So it's okay if you have to bring a micro bend into that front leg. Just work first to getting 2 hips in one line, and then work towards straightening your front leg. Good. Bring a micro bend in that front knee. Step your right foot to meet your left foot, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat and step your left foot back this time. Go ahead and lower your back knee down, coming into low lunge. Again, I like to grab my blocks because I have a big belly in front of me, so it just helps. Tucking your pelvis underneath you, really feeling this stretch in your left hip flexor. Chest is lifted, really pulling your heart through your arms. And then exhale, straighten your front leg, coming into half split. It's okay if you have to bring a bend into that front leg. No worries here, just work towards straightening it. Left hip is stacked over your left knee. Toes are flexed back towards your face. Good. On your next inhale, bend back into that front knee. If you have blocks, move them to the side. Inhale, arms overhead. And then we're going to come into that twisting on this side. So twist open towards the right. So you're bringing your right hand behind you, left hand in front of you. Really opening up through your chest. Arms are active, so your shoulders and your arms, it shouldn't feel easy in this pose. You should feel like they're working. And then inhale, come back to center. We're going to bring our right arm underneath our left arm, eagle arms. So you're wrapping your arms like ropes. Inhale, bring your arms away from the chest. Good. Go ahead and release the grip. Bring your hands to the mat, flip your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, coming into crescent lunge. Breathing here. Again, two hips are facing the front of the mat, micro bend in that back knee. And you're also energetically squeezing your inner thighs together. Notice how that changes how your legs feel in this pose. And then inhale, open up, warrior two. I'm going to switch it around so that I'm facing you. Two hips are square with the long side of your mat. Two heels are in one line. And then, of course, we're going to do a little bit of work on our legs, of course. Inhale, straighten your front leg, arms overhead. Exhale, sink down into warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Good. Keeping your right leg straight, we're going to reverse triangle. Bring your left hand down on your left thigh or behind your back if you want to bind. Right arm up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, coming into triangle on this side. Bringing your right hand down on your right ankle or your right shin, wherever it feels good today. And if you are using a block, bring your block behind your ankle, behind your foot. Trying not to lock out that right leg. It's just a tiny little micro bend. So you should feel this stretch in your right inner thigh, as well as through your chest and your shoulders. Good. Bending into that front knee. Come back to warrior two. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Again, bring your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers, open up your chest and your shoulders. And then exhale, fold forward. Allowing your hands to fall away from the body. There should be a gentle stretch in your shoulders. Breathing is normal. Release the grip to the mat if that feels good. Couple more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Using your exhales to soften your hamstrings. And then walk your hands to the front of the mat, coming into pyramid on the side. I like to grab blocks on either side. Step your back foot in just a few inches, keeping two hips in one line. And then work to straighten that right leg. It's okay if you cannot get your right leg straight at the moment. Just focus right now on getting 2 hips in one line. 2 hips squared with the front of the mat. Good. If you have your blocks, move them to the side. Step your left foot to meet your right, top of the mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, grounding down through your feet. Arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do a standing posture that I love. We kind of prepped for it with the eagle arms, but we're going to do full eagle pose, which also includes the legs as well. So bring your body weight into your left leg, bend your right leg. Actually, you don't have to bend your right leg, but inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, we're going to bring our right arm underneath our left arm and get those eagle arms like you did earlier today. Sink down into the chair and then lift your right leg up and bring your right leg over and wrap around your left leg. Woo! You're really twisting your body like ropes. Trying to get your elbows and your knees and your hips and everything in one line in the center of your body. If you find yourself falling, try to sink a little deeper. Good. Go ahead and release. We're going to do that on the other side. Exhale, bring your left hand down and around your right arm. And then sink into that chair. Lift your left leg up. Wrap it over and around your right leg. Again, if you can't get this grip, that's okay. Just work towards opening up your chest here. Sink a little deeper in the chair. Focusing your sight on one point so that helps with balance. And then go ahead and release the grip. Arms overhead. Shake it out if that feels good. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands on the mat, step back to a high plank. And we're going to do tricep push-ups, which is so much fun. I hate tricep push-ups, I really do. I'm going to be doing the modified version because I'm pregnant. I don't want to put too much pressure on my abs. So the modified version, which I am going to be doing, drop to your knees here in this modified plank. We did it earlier. Hugging the arms into the body, coming down to 90-degree angle, push back up. The not modified version is from a high plank. So you're in your high plank and then you lower down and push back up. Really, really difficult, but we can challenge ourselves, right? We're going to try to do 5. We'll see. We'll do 5, okay? So here we go, wherever you are, plank or modified plank, we're going to try to do 5 tricep push-ups. Here we go. Slowly lower down, push up. That's 1, down, up, 2, down, up, 3, down, up, 4, down, up, 5. Oh, 5, that's it. Okay, go ahead, push back to a child's pose. So good. Breathing here in your child's pose. You can start to slow things down now and stretch it out. From your child's pose, inhale up to a tabletop position. Cross at your ankles and you can just push back Roll over your feet. Bring your arms out, or your legs out in front of you. So I've been really enjoying this stretch. We're going to do wide-legged straddle. So go ahead and bring your legs out. Flex your toes back towards your face. Again, here, we want to lift our kneecaps so that you're engaging your quads. So what we're going to do is we're going to twist our upper body towards the right, but then place your left hand towards your left leg, and then bring your right arm up and over, reaching for your left toes. So you should feel this in your side. Nice side body stretch. Good, then plant your right hand down on the mat. We're framing our left leg this time. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. Should feel nice. Good, inhale, come back to center. Keeping your upper body turned towards the left, plant your right hand by your right leg. Bring your left hand up and over. Side stretch. So good. Again, keeping your chest lifted, armpit up towards the ceiling. And then plant your left hand down, framing your right foot, or your right leg. And then exhale, sink deeper into the stretch. Good, come back up to center. Just going to take a few breaths. You can walk your hands out in front of you, getting into this wide seated straddle. Good, inhale, come back to center. Bring your legs in. Go ahead and cross your legs. We're just going to stretch out our arms. So bring your right arm across your body. You can grab at the elbow with your left hand. Just a nice arm stretch here. Good. Go ahead and switch the arms, bringing your left arm across the body. We're going to do a little bit of a tricep stretch, bringing your arm up, bend at the elbow, and then take your left hand and grab your right elbow and just pull it down. Just guide it down. You don't want to pull. Just start to feel that stretch. Good. Go ahead and switch the arms, bringing your right hand to your left elbow, guiding it down. So good. Release the grip. Go ahead and bring your shoulders up and down. Do some shoulder circles. That should feel good. Very good. You can bring your legs out in front of you. And then bring your arms out in front of you as well. And slowly lower down all the way to your back. We're coming into our final Shavasana. You could either choose to just lay here with your legs out, final Shavasana, get into it right now. Or you could always bring your legs into your chest and just give yourself one last final hug, maybe rock back and forth if that feels good. But then when you're ready, bring your legs out long on the mat, separating your feet hips distance apart or as wide as the mat. Allowing your toes to flop open, allowing your palms to face the ceiling, drawing your shoulders down and back. And then just let your body completely melt into the mat. Shavasana is a very important pose. We put it at the end so that you completely reap all of the benefits of class. And just allowing your body to be still, bringing movement back into your body. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. And on your next inhale, bring your arms overhead, full body stretch from fingertips to toes. And then exhale, roll over to the right side. Resting in the fetal position just for a moment. And then push the ground away from you, meeting me in an easy seated position. Hands come to heart center. We're going to do a couple deep breaths. On your next inhale, inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Take one more sip of air. Exhale, let it go through your mouth. One more time, inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. So good. Thank you so much for being here with me and sharing your practice with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks, guys. All right. I got sweaty. I don't know about you. I got sweaty in that class. So whether you are watching it live or you're watching replay, be sure to let me know. I would love to hear from you. Oh, thanks, Mom. I'm so happy you were here. Yeah, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys again next week. Again, thank you so much for being flexible with my yoga day today. Have a great day, guys.